welcome back to this part two of the drawing of this vivid deer, and we're going to finish this drawing in this session in about an hour or so, within an hour, and I think we can do that in pretty good time. And I'm going to show you how to go about making the drawing we did in the last Ferdouse channel we got here so far. This is the reference image we have, and we got our drawing to this point. So what's the next thing we're going to do? Well, I think, it makes sense for me to do the blending. Look at this beautiful background, and then this is like magic. You'll see that this works like magic, and I'm going to show you how. So from the line brush, we go to shade, switch to shade brush, and let's keep it at about, let's say 5%, yeah? And now watch what happens when I pick the adjacent colors and just go over the edges here. Yes, blends beautifully. In fact, I'm going to increase that a little tad more, 6. And use a sort of a round stroke, okay? So I pick the adjacent color, this color, and then I'm just swirling around and taking it to the color picker, this green color here, the darker green, and then just going towards the edges and creating a line. Let's just keep doing that, and you'll see that by magic almost, this thing blends so easily, beautifully blends. It's a beautiful blending brush, the shade brush. And you'll see how the deer is going to really pop out. I showed you with the bird on 2 days ago, and you saw how that worked, right? So easy. The easiest thing in the world to create this sort of illusion. It's not an illusion, but this is in fact typically used by phone manufacturers. They have now routinely, they've added the a tool called the portrait. You'll find that when you take a picture, there's a portrait mode, and this is essentially what the portrait mode does. If you look at carefully, and if you've used the portrait mode, which is I recommend you do, because I like taking pictures with my phone as well, and then you'll see that in portrait mode, when you zoom in on an object in the foreground, the background becomes more diffused. It's really lovely. It's really so lovely to watch. And then I've taken, some of the weddings I've been to, taken pictures like that, and it makes such a world of difference. So I encourage you to try out the portrait mode. It's lovely. So I picked the green, so I'm going to pick the light green now and take it back, take that black back. Right, just keep doing that. Nothing, don't worry about the shape and form. Because it's diffused in the background, you'll see that it creates the illusion of grassy land at the back. And if we get a grassy land, so be it. If not, we will have a background that's equally acceptable. So just go round and round and round. So just as I was saying, I am looking for digital artists, and I'm planning a trip actually to Bangladesh in the November, December time. So I'd be happy to meet some of you guys because I know there's a lot of interest from there. So if you're interested in joining the Paintology team, I may host a meeting at the university or something. And then a meeting, a talk perhaps, because I know a couple of universities there who will be happy for me to make a presentation. So I'll keep you posted. So if you're from Bangladesh, that's my first point of stop. It's coming in a month or two. So please, I will be taking some people, looking at their works. Look how this just blends in beautifully. And then you don't have to stick to one color. Look how now the animal, the deer, is going to stick out like that. Look at this one here. Right? I'm trying to get these strokes. So what I do is I follow a different, instead of round stroke, I'm following a sort of a grassy type stroke to give the illusion. I'm going to see what happens. I mean, I don't know what's going to come out because there's no point doing it if you don't try it, do you? Oh, it will be in Dhaka as well, the capital. So stay tuned for more information on that. I might post something of that trip and then general agenda. I'm using a round type stroke now. You see, we don't know what's going to be created in the background, but I'm really, at this stage, not too bothered. We got loads of bags of time to finish this drawing. It'll be done in the next 50 minutes or so, yeah? So I hope you've managed to make the same progress as I have, if not even better. I'd like to see your work. I don't like, I wouldn't want to think that you're just watching me draw just because you like watching me draw. I'd like to think that you have an opportunity to draw now, just like I do. The same phone, same app. There's nothing really to stop you, is there? Look also the top of the antler of that deer, how it's popping out. So it's still, 6.5%. Have you seen me access any of the tools? Most people think you need to just be a master of tools. Even ChatGPT thinks you need to be a master of digital tools to become digital art. But that depends on what they mean by digital art. Do you mean digital art like it's been done for the last 3 decades? If so, yeah, perhaps you're saying the right thing. But if you mean digital art in this way, I don't think you will know. I think you can truly understand that you don't need digital tools to draw, just techniques and skills. What is this black patch? I can see what's going on here. I'm going to increase the brush because I've come to the foreground a bit. So the foreground is a little bit thicker. Right there. Oops, I don't want to take that green away. Take out that bit of the green. Every background will be different. That's the beauty of this drawing. Is every background will be different. Let's see what we have here. We're not replicating exactly. I've hardly zoomed in at all on this drawing. Just when you thought you'd learned everything, you can find something new. That's the beauty of drawing. Learn something new all the time. Look how it's diffused. Wonderfully diffused. So I'm going to just finish this side. So not too much work on our part, is it, really? If you're having difficulty with drawing like this, you should really let me know what the problem you're having, so I can address that next time I'm online, you know. So the whole idea is that to help you. I'm not showing off my skills as such. I want to show these skills that you can do the same. I'm not here like other artists who are going to boost their ego. Trust me, I have a lot more achievements that you don't know about. That could be potentially used to boost my ego tremendously, but to me, you know, learning is a part of growing up. It's what keeps me in my sanity. People are just too busy spending all their time doing social media when you can take the time out and draw, you know, and think for yourself and not let others think for you. Let's take some time out. That's beautiful. Such a lovely experience. Yeah, we've managed to look at that. We've managed to do that. It's wonderful, isn't it? Now we've got the deer. Be careful you don't encroach on the deer. So deers are not something you're going to see in colder climates. Not so much in warmer climates, I don't think. That's why you find it in parts of Canada, Alaska. Alright, see how it pops out. This is really popping out. Okay, I'm going to take a quick break. Just give me a second. Hello, I'm back. So you can see how this drawing is incredibly like pushed back. How this antelope or the deer, right, is now so vivid, and all we have to do is now work on this deer. I think we've done the background. I don't want to spend any more time. If we need to, we can always go back to it. I think we've got enough, done enough, right? So now what we're going to do is race through and do the, not race through, but do the deer. So I'm going to adopt the method I used yesterday, and this is where it really comes into play here. I'm going to save this, sorry, and open it up. Save. And I do this for a reason. You don't have to do it. This is only because paintings, only because we're working on a prototype and my developers told me to open and close and open again because they're testing something on the back end. And so new release hopefully in a couple of weeks. So watch this space, yeah. So that's where we are. So I'm going to do what I did with the wonderful bird. I'm going to go down and I'm going to actually use the 2%. Look how we can zoom in beautifully, right? So I'm going to go way down to 2%. I believe I used 2%. And then I'm going to keep this on there and still use the color picker, right? Oh, I should switch the shade line, okay? And keep it at 2%, 100%. And then just create the shape that you need to create for the antelope, right? Pick the colors so you know that you're picking the right colors for this deer. So let me do this part and show you. It's still quite fairly big, a fairly big brush. So I'm just going to do this antelope and show you how quickly you can make the antlers very easy there. Look, I'm putting these colors, just these tones, using the color picker. That's all I'm doing. And then I'm picking the green, the background, and taking that back, okay? That's all I'm doing. There, this brown here. There's nothing complicated about that. There, and then this dark here. Oh, good. This is something I need to change. Sorry about that. That's something happens, and the zoom tool is right next to the. This is something I need to change in the app. The next is far too close. See this darker areas? I'm doing that. So you'll see how the antelope looks. The antlers take on a more of a relevant shape. You'll see how it. Alright, there, just got this.
Wow.
So you'll know when you pick the darker color because you'll be able to see it. Just refining this shape, and then you'll see for yourself how that comes into play wonderfully. These colors, you can see these lovely black colors. Look at this. Look at that. Look how it's shaped. And now we can do this part really quickly. Get the green that I have picked. pick the colors of my background. And now let's see what we have here. Got a lovely green here. Green sort of, and then just this color, this lovely. And you'll see how this works. This is almost thicker than what I would like, but still it's working. Okay, here, same thing here, then here. Let's see what that looks like. Look how we've shaped that. You've seen it? Beautiful, isn't it? And now we go through there, the same. So this is what drawing is all about. If you go to a museum, I'm sticking to this brush because it will allow me to finish quickly. This is what drawing is all about. You go close to a canvas, go to any museum, look at a drawing canvas and you'll see that when you get close to an actual canvas, look away 10 feet, go close, you'll see some mishmash of colors. That's all they're doing. What they're trying, the artist is doing is trying to give the illusion that there's detail, but in reality there is no. The detail is just a mishmash of paint, strokes, colors. That's all it is. Nothing complicated. That's what I'm doing. Picking a mishmash of colors that is close to that and getting away with it, right? That's all I'm doing. Trying to get away with and that's what Bob Ross did. Gave the illusion that he was doing such detailed work, but in reality all he was doing was creating the mishmash of colors at a lower level using his broad, big brushes in the canvas. So I'm just going to go through this really quickly because otherwise I'll have to spend another half an hour or so. You know, if I wanted to get to the detail that I want, and I pretty much want to finish this because that's the challenge. So finish this drawing in the 2 sessions, yeah. So now we come, wow, to this lovely piece of the deer. Yeah, okay. Pick any mishmash of colors. There. Because it's beautiful red colors, isn't it? Beautiful, wonderful. Just the color picker, that's all I'm doing. Really no drawing experience required. If you can't do this, it's probably missing something and you need to ask me what it is. And then maybe I can help you because it may apply to other people as well. If you don't give me any feedback, I'm not going to be able to help you, so I'm sorry. If you really want to learn and help Paintology, then of course, you know, you should. Look at that, beautiful. Pick that color there, the orange and all that. You see I do a bit of his head, okay? And then I'm going to zoom out and show you how this drawing is coming together so quickly. You'll be like shocked. Notice what I did there. I just moved to the reference side so I can pick the colors that I had, not the colors that are potentially of the deer. Just a mishmash of colors. Don't worry about if you picked the right. You'll know if you picked the right colors or not. This is how quickly you can. And what does this do to you? Honestly, you'll have so much better idea of what the tones are used to make up this particular drawing, and then it's like when you're buying a car. You know, that car is, once you've got in your head, it's like everywhere on the road. It's like you're seeing that car everywhere on the road. That's because your brain has become tuned to it. I'm picking the different colors, so it's not a problem for me to do this. Right there. Let's see where we are. Look at that. Look how it's shaping up together. It's amazing, isn't it? So we're just going to do the other the antelope and then the other antlers on the right side. Let me save this. So always have a habit of saving your work. You don't want to find yourself spending an hour and all of a sudden you lose the work because of a power surge or whatever. Right, so I'm just doing the main colors here, okay? Just picking the colors that I can see here, like this, the antelope right there. And then I'd move to that my side and pick up my colors here. That's it. That's all you need. And then move back to my own, to the reference, and continue to put these colors. I'm not worried about these tiny textures right now, because I'm not making a photorealistic drawing. I'm drawing a somewhat of a realistic drawing. I can do that because it's so dark. Watch how quickly I create that effect. You will be shocked. Probably will be surprised, but this is it. This is the beauty of drawing. If you want to use tools, then you're going to confine yourself to drawing a few subjects like animation. That's why some of the apps are very popular with animation, but not digital drawing in general. Okay, it's all about techniques. They don't have the time to go through techniques, most other apps, because they're too busy supplying people, the beginners, with too many tools. Oh, does this brush create this textures I'm looking for? I'm creating textures by hand. You can't beat that. This is how you create textures. If you think that it has to be done with a brush, you should be an illustrator or graphics artist. Believe me. Most beginners do not know this, and therefore I'm showing you these. Okay, so let's go here and pick this final bit here and get rid of this. So it's not like it's got a radar on the top of its antlers, right? Alright, let's see. I captured some of this. Yeah, it's the light color. Okay, let's see what happens. There, it's captured that thing nicely. So we're just going to go and do the pass of completing this drawing. And if you excuse me for 1 second. One has to eat, I'm afraid. So I'm simply going to do the same thing. Make sure it's pick these colors. Whatever you see, just go mishmash, 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 mishmash. Nothing complicated. Then we're going to draw this spout and the nose. Now, hopefully this brush size is alright. It's still pretty big. Color picker. There you are. Color picker. There you are. Always pick these color pickers and then you'll pick up the actual tone. Color picker. And make sure you land on where you want that tone. You'll find over experience that you'll get it right. There. There, you see it. You clearly see the variations in tones. See that? It's a tone, it's a tone, and then you got the brown tone there. Then you got tone there, different tones here. And then remember this one, that's important. That gives the shape of the Look how quickly I'm going with this. Right, I'm not spending too much time. This is sort of the yellow. And then there's a part of that, and then pick that brown, color picker, pick this brown, and then it'll create that effect that you're looking for. And if you don't see the effect, then just pick the colors again. Here. Okay, then that's how it works. Look, so we've managed to create that, yeah. So we can go all the way around the side here. Go all the way around the side. This is actually the drawing process. You see what I'm doing here? I'm actually improving the drawing each time I go. And I wouldn't be able to improve this drawing had I not reached this step in the first place, okay? This is very important to know that. A lot of beginners do not know that the drawing requires several steps. And if you're expecting it to do it in one go, you're looking for a quick fix based on the limited knowledge you have. And you're not going to achieve that, sorry. You gotta have patience if you want to get good at things. You gotta be experimentalist. You gotta keep your mind open. Yeah. In fact, the less prejudice and the less baggage you come, you're more likely to achieve a lot better. In fact, a lot of people will tell you that. Those who are knowledgeable and have a lot of experience. Yeah. Look at that, it's sort of darker. Remember we put down the dark tones. So we may just pick up the light tone here. Look at that, it's a lovely mid-tone color. So we've got the mid-tone color. I'm going through it really quickly now, and you're going to be like surprised at how quickly I've increased my stroke speed. That's because I've been drawing for heaven's sakes. I've been probably made more drawings than you've had a cup of tea. And I do that because I enjoy drawing. So do please support me and give me likes. There's some of you who are disliking it, which I have no idea why. Maybe you think you're a good artist, but you're not. Even after you watch this, or you, I don't know, or you go around giving negative to get noticed. I don't know, so sad. But if you do not like something, it'd be better, it would be more courageous of you, brave of you to say why. There was one guy who said that I'm one of your haters. I don't know if he's going around doing, don't know what that means. It means that he's jealous or something. He's got a jealous streak or something, I don't know. So just keep doing that. So just creating the illusion. That's all I'm doing. Just creating even this black. Just let's go all the way around here and just finish this. Now don't worry if you pick the right tone or not. You're just doing this, improving your strokes. Is this really requires superb drawing experience? I don't think so. Look what I'm doing. I'm picking the background color that I've created, and then I'm moving it to the reference image. I'm just doing a random bunch of strokes. Just doing a random bunch of strokes. Just giving the illusion of detail, but no sense of detail. Right there, look at that. Beautiful. Okay, let's see what we got. Look at that vast improvement there, isn't it, compared to what we had before? So now we can, this is the part of the drawing process that I keep telling people that you would know the next step in the drawing if you haven't come to this step. Because I can take a drawing pretty far compared to most people, I continuously build up my drawing process. Many of you will come and do the first step of the drawing, the outline, and say you can't do it. Raise your arms up in the air and say, I can't do anything more. And you're only saying that because you don't know what it takes to get to the next drawing process. There's a wonderful blog I've written. It's called The Drawing Process, as you can imagine. Read that and you'll know what the drawing process is all about. It's essential reading for you to understand why beginners, majority of beginners and practically 99% of users will give up too early in the drawing process unless they have someone to hold their hands and show them with digital tools how it's done. Okay, so what we have here now, I'm going to save this, open it up again like a good person, like my developer told me. Oops, I'm opening up the wrong drawing. There. So now, what we're going to do, we're going to now do something interesting here. Yep, you guessed it. I'm going to take this brush even down to half what it is. And then I'm going to show you how this tiny brush plays such an important role in giving more resolution. Again, I'm using random strokes. I'm just looking at these tones and then hopefully my picked it up. If not, I can do it again, pick it up again. All right, I don't care if it's picked up the wrong, right? Why don't I care? Because I know next time I'll pick up the next tone adjacent to it. Okay, this is the the details that you get. It's wonderful, isn't it? So you can do this. Look what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch between there. Watch this, what I do, right? This is where you can learn some drawing skills. Yeah. Right here, look. See? I can now switch between my drawing and then add these wonderful details that give this whole, this gives illusion. So that there. That's all you need. And then just with the details and see what's going on here. You don't care what's going on outside the deer. Let's just see if we got this yellow. Yeah, just get them down here. Bit of the stroke here, and look, it's got his cheek here, white, but that's alright. And just go around here, and then look, it's practically white. My goodness. Yeah, okay, I can put a bit like that, right? And then now we're going to shape this. Color picker. Just with a few strokes of the brush. Give it more shape. You'll be shocked how quickly one can pick this color. This is improving your drawing skills at a rapid level that you wouldn't think possible. Right there, it's white, sort of. Actually, it retouched this original reference image to a high contrasting image, yeah? In GIMP. By the way, I'm a powerful user of Photoshop and GIMP. But if you ask me to draw, the pleasure of drawing, I would always choose this. Could have been a great illustrator myself, but honestly, technology pays more money. So that's why I stuck to just the illusion of detail, nothing more. Just the illusion. So we got a really small brush size. I can pick that. So just watch the image and you do the same thing. Believe me, this improves your skills in ways you've never thought possible. Look at that. It's got its lips, we know it goes like that. Now it's got its hair like that. Like a sheep almost. I don't know if they're the same family. Or perhaps not. So this brown here. That's all it takes. This will improve your drawing skills like you'd never thought possible. Okay, look at that. I'm just shaping it. Now I can see a beautiful white that just shows the outline. And this green will define the outline here. And then you'll see, oh God, sorry about that, it's horrible when that happens. Sorry about that, it always happens, I hate it when that happens, that's why I'm gonna move the zoom function somewhere else. You can give me some feedback and see where you think is required. So there you are there, and then here, that's some random strokes, different, the same text, same color as you're using here, but different. Right there. quite dark here, so I could add a little bit of dark. You can see the dark? Just add the dark here. Look at that, the dark here. And just all over, random, nothing more. Right, just to give the illusion of, look at that. You see that, how it's actually come alive? Now we can go here. This is the drawing process. Without the drawing process, if you had not come to this level in your drawing, you would not know what the next part would be to improve here. Now I can clearly see that I need to improve this region. Most people will not get to this level at the beginning stage. But if your desire and interest is to reach this level, then you really should follow the artist that's explaining you this. Yeah. Okay, so because they've been through it, they're not talking garbage, are they? Yeah. Unless you follow someone religiously and think that whatever they say is absolutely true, which is also an incorrect way of look at that. Just bringing it down. Look at this beautiful colors. Bring it down here. Then there's some colors here that I want to put down. Look at that. Bring, oh wow, so dark, isn't it? Bring this color here. Bring this color here. Let's see what color I've got. Yep, that's a good color. So now just looking at my drawings and giving the rough shape of what it should be. Remember, I'm picking different colors, different tones. So that's adding to the realism. Okay, it's adding to the realism. And then pick a nice light color, right? Just, and then wherever you see it, just follow it. I'm seeing it, this, and just following the colors. Right there. Beautiful. And then it gets darker. The tones obviously get darker. Remember the tones we did earlier of the broader brush, which was this dark patch here. So we've already laid down these colors, so we're fine. And then look, all these tones, but they're very infrequent. Notice that? They're very infrequent. So we're going to do that, the same thing, to give the illusion of form. Look at that here. And then here we've got a lot darker going on. So we're going to do that, right? And then what we got here, we've got some, so we can clean up this area later on. Look at this light tone, that's the brightness, isn't it? Showing the edge of that deer. Look at that, it's lovely. Pick whatever tone that comes you picked up, don't worry about it. And then pick it again. And then it will pick a darker tone, right? And then pick it again. Right, and hopefully you'll capture the lighter tone. Look at that. And you're going to keep doing that. If you don't, you can always pick the tone that's representative of that. Yeah, there. Okay, no big deal. Right there. Look at that there. Just going over the whole of the, showing the drawing that's necessary. Look at that, the shape. This one has got some kind of a shape going on here. This is what I'm showing you is actually drawing and painting at the same time. There was actually Good question, and Cora that answered the other day on does it take long for a painter to learn drawing? And I said the two are intrinsically linked. Drawing and painting. You've got to be a good drawer. Most of the greatest artists have been good at both. It's very rare you find someone who, because they've learned that during their formal training as a young. There. Ooh, look at that. It's so bright, isn't it? That part. That's probably because there is. I don't know what that is, but anyway. Let's see what we got here. With a little bit of that, the grey tone. And I can see some touches of very light colour here. Right? But they're very light. They're very infrequent. So let's see if we can find something on the colour palette. This one might work. Yes. So this is how you improve your understanding of the tones that come into play. This is, you pick the tones, it's your choice, and you're making a good guess. So this is what we have so far, and it's pretty good, isn't it? It's not bad, even though these furs look really they're really, but still, it manages to pull it off, right? So what do we do now? We can continue to build on those. Look, now you can see here, there's a bit of that light tone here. So we can go here, just see, I'm sort of not going to the complete screen, still retaining, so I can see some of the, where the, you see what happens when I'm doing it like this? I can see some of the halfway, it moves to the halfway. You see, they're all designed with purpose in mind. You can see there, I haven't got this part here. Looks like flat, unattended part here. Pick another color and just go with it. That's it. Right there. And then here, it's like, right. And then here, right there. And we got this red, lovely deep red. That's a perfect color, that one. It's wonderful, isn't it? And do we have the same thing? Yeah, just mix it up like that. Remember, we're still using 100% density. If I showed you what the density does, you'll be like, oh God, I didn't ever thought I could go beyond what I'm doing. So there you are. That's not a bad drawing, and I think I'll probably end it here. And I might put an improved drawing, but I'd like to see your drawing. So until another time, I hope you've enjoyed this, and look forward to meeting up tomorrow with another drawing. If you have any ideas, please do let me know. And also post your drawing so I can comment. You can post it onto the community as well of the app. I don't know if there's an issue right now going on with people signing up, but I'll have to look into that. I'll get the developer to look into that. Anyway, so thank you for watching, and please subscribe. Keep me supported, and let others know this new method of drawing, which is really an artistic form of drawing, I would say, rather than more illustrative and vector graphics and all that. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Okay, bye bye.